Alright, I'm going to make a series of videos covering the Doctrine 2015 Army Study Guide. Everything's in question answer format, so I'm just going to go question, answer, just down the list. You can use this as a sort of review resource if you'd like, but mostly this is just so I can talk it out and help myself remember stuff. Alright, what ADP, ADRP covers the Army? That would be ADP, ADRP number 1. Pretty easy to remember. In which domains do U.S. forces operate? They operate in air, land, maritime, space, and cyberspace domains. Air, land, and maritime, just think of Rangers. They can arrive anywhere or anywhere through any means. So air, land, and maritime. Space and cyberspace, that's more like satellites and intelligence gathering or intel ops, stuff like that. As a unique military profession, the Army is built upon an ethos of trust. What are 4 other essential characteristics of our profession? This is a pretty important question. A lot of NCOs like to pick away at this one. Military expertise, honorable service, and a spirit de corps, as well as stewardship. Military expertise is knowing how to do your job, being competent in your MOS and also in basic soldiering skills. Honorable service is not being a shitbag and not breaking any UCMJ regulations. Spirit de corps is French for camaraderie, essentially taking pride in being a piece of the whole. And stewardship is being, I've heard multiple explanations, a good role model to your subordinates, as well as being a good subordinate to your leadership and taking what they teach you about military and how to be an NCO and a leader and all that good stuff. Alright, what are 11 primary missions of the U.S. Armed Forces? I'll just go down the list, there's tons. And each one is like 2, so. Alright, counterterrorism and irregular warfare. To deter and defeat aggression. To project power despite anti-access, or area denial challenges. Counter weapons of mass destruction, operate effectively in cyberspace, operate effectively in space, maintain a safe, secure, and effective nuclear deterrent, defend the homeland and provide support to civil authorities, and provide a stabilizing presence, and conduct stability and counterinsurgency operations, as well as conduct humanitarian, disaster relief, and other operations. Alright. What is the most important determinant of combat power? And that would be leadership. What is the U.S. Army's greatest strategic asset, providing depth, versatility, and unmatched experience to the joint force? That would be the all-volunteer force. Alright. Title 10 USC establishes the basic structure of the Army. What forces make up the Army? This one's pretty easy to remember. It's 1 regular Army and 2 reserve components. The regular Army, the Army Reserve, and the Army National Guard. So, and also as a caveat, Army civilians support all the 3 components, like DoD guys, your GS employees and whatnot. What is the function of the operating force? Operating forces consist of units organized, trained, and equipped to fight or to deploy. What is the function of the generating force? The generating force mans, trains, equips, and deploys, as well as ensures the readiness of all Army forces. That's a pretty tricky one to remember, so pay attention to that. What 5 sets of characteristics will enhance the Army's operational adaptability? Depth and versatility is 1. 2 is adaptive and innovative. 3 is flexibility and agility. 4 is integrated and synchronized. And 5 is lethal and discriminate. Those kind of questions can be a little bit confusing, as they use a lot of synonyms to describe pretty much almost all the questions will have the word synchronized and integrated in them, because God knows why. And that's all the questions for ADP, ADRP number 1, the Army.